Almost a year ago, August will make a year, I made my first vision board. And on that vision board, two things that I put on there was boyfriend and Beagle. Now, I'm putting them on the vision board. Did not know how I was going to get them. Seemed very far-fetched. Let's fast forward to a year later. Now, I have both of those things. I only made the vision board because my therapist at the time told me to make one. So I think it's important that if you have a vision, you should make one too. I think that you should not limit or think that you can't do something. I saw this interview with Jay-Z, and he was like, he told his uncle that he was going to sell a lot of records to be famous. And his uncle was like, you can't do that. And Jay-Z was like, no, you can't do that. And I think that's an important message, because a lot of times we just think things are so far-fetched. Things are so unforeseeable. Things are not in a reach distance. And it takes a true dreamer to be able to conquer your fears of being embarrassed or feeling like you can't complete something that your mind is telling you to do. Now, when I had my first episode, I talk about this a million times because it has taught me so much. Nothing is impossible. You are more than capable of doing it. When I came on my first episode, I watched a lot of manifestation videos, and I was like, I want to be a billionaire. And I saw this video, and it said, all you have to do is believe. All you have to do is believe. And I believe that I want to be a billionaire. Now, months later, years later, episodes later, I came to the realization that that's mine. If I want to be a billionaire, I can. And now I have a plan because I had those episodes. If I never had those episodes, I would have been content being a hairstylist, which is what I was in college starting a side hustle to do. And I was not thinking about opening mental facilities and animal sanctuaries and making a difference in the world. I wasn't thinking about that. But because I had these episodes, my dreams, my eyes were opened, and I felt like I wanted to do more. I say all of this to say that sometimes things happen in life that are not planned, that are not in our schedule, that are not what we anticipated. But it can be a blessing in disguise, and you should look at it as a blessing, because what's meant for you will not pass you by. What's meant for you is what's meant for you, and nothing's gonna get in between that. Another thing is friends. I've made videos about this before, but people who you thought were your friends come to the light and they show that they are not your friends. And that's okay. I think everyone has a certain purpose in another person's life, you know? You may not see it now, but when things are done in the dark, it comes to the light. And don't be so upset. Don't be so upset. I spent so much time upset and like, why want this person to be my friend? Like, why are they hanging out with that person, not me? And it's not you. It's not a you issue. It's not a you issue. Sometimes we are isolated so that things can happen for the better. And I had to learn that I'm growing. These are growing pains. I had to learn that sometimes people are going to come around and they're not so genuine. I had to learn that sometimes you're not everyone's cup of tea.